our Allied troops. And the Turkish, as you can see, they lost more doing it.
In December 1915, the remaining 135,000 troops were rescued by the Navy.
Still ruled by Britain, so they had to do it. This is very significant. At this time of the battle, these guys were part of the British Empire.
My name is Keith Edmonds. I'm a trustee of the Gallipoli Association and I look after the membership of the association. The Gallipoli Campaign is fascinating. The objectives of the association are to remember and commemorate those who fought there and to learn the lessons of the battalions and the troops that were there. Some of the successes, some of the failures, and we do want to encourage children to follow what we do, to learn about the campaign and hopefully continue to join the association and continue to commemorate each year.
We had some discussions before you came about the avenues of research, maybe people who had been killed in the campaign.
Right, okay, 1 minute left, take guys.
On the northern side of the channel of the Dardanelles, and what you're trying to do in submarines is to get in through here.
This will be a fantastic tour and a fantastic chance for you.
Very good military strategists, okay? They take all the high ground. If you hold the high ground, you hold the low ground.
In 1901, and this is what Arthur Wilson said. He said, submarines are underhand, they're unfair and damned un-English. And we knew there were minefields and we knew that there were forts here. So what we would do is we'd bombard the forts on the way up, we'd get up to the Narrows, we'd have minesweepers in front that would sweep all the mines, we'd get up to the Narrows, get through, Constantinople, job done. Didn't quite work out that way, but we had such a disrespect for their military capabilities because of the Balkan Wars of 1912, 1913, where they didn't do very well. We thought this was going to be just a complete walkover. Well, we got a real shock. When she beached, you can see the gap is still huge. That jetty there is the far jetty over there, okay? Yeah. Here's the fort, of course, and we're standing right up here.
When I found out my grandfather had been here in Gallipoli. Now, he was only what I call an ordinary soldier, and I'm proud of that in a sense. He wasn't an officer, he was just an ordinary chap. Most of the officers were killed or wounded. Colonel Ruth, the commanding officer, was shot dead at the edge of the water. Major Fanshawe, second in command, was mortally wounded in his boat.
We're here on Lancashire Landings Beach at Gallipoli, and if you're here you get this sense of people having been here before and the terrible feelings of those people as they fought their way ashore, and you actually can't visualise that unless you're here on the site. And you can see around you things like this boat behind me which was used by the people at the time to get off the beach, I think, at the end. And also in the sea around us there are the remains of jetties that they used to get away from. And the impression that this is having on the kids that we've brought with us to Gallipoli is stunning, because just along the road up the hill from here are the graveyards of the people who fought and died here. Turks and British and other nationalities. So it's a very, very profound experience being here.
100 corpses lay in rows upon the sand, some of them so badly milled as to beyond recognition. All over the strip of sand and on ledges of rock, wherever any cover could be got, men lay about, wounded, cut, bleeding and dying.
So the day started at the beaches. We were there seeing and understanding the geography, and here we are now, late in the day, understanding the significance of it. The young people here at the war grave, recognising the significance and the implications of what we learnt about this morning. What's important is they have an understanding of how mistakes have been made in history, of how history has shaped where we are today, for right as well as possibly for wrong.
Royal Marine Terence Patrick Murphy in the Royal Naval Division on the 13th of July 1915, was age 18. Sweet Jesus mercy, Mary help, rest in peace.
We place this wreath here in loving memory of all those who fought and lost their lives in the Gallipoli Campaign. We will remember them.
If it's a medical aid station, there will be medical cases lying all around here. You can see there's a trench line that runs directly up here, and it feeds right up to the trench lines that we're going to see in about 5 minutes' time.
Right, you're doing it. Is that like from, what is that? Walls? There's quarters, I think.
This is really scary.
I'm guessing it could be in this.
Those heroes that shed their blood and lost their lives, you are now lying in the soil of a friendly country. Therefore, rest in peace. There is no difference between the Johnnies and the Mahmets to us where they lie side by side here in this country of ours. You, the mothers who sent their sons from faraway countries, wipe away your tears. Your sons are now lying in our bosom and are in peace. After having lost their lives on this land, they have become our sons as well.
These guys went over wearing white armbands as an identification, but in the darkness of the trenches, the fetid kind of darkness, the hot, sultry darkness that was...
I've predominantly enjoyed it because you get to see the Turkish perspective of Gallipoli and how actually it was a failure for us, and we don't really talk about it in England, probably because it was such a failure. It's good to appreciate how it affected the Turkish people and how they've still managed to keep their culture because of it. Seeing the mass graves shows how in war people lose their identity and they're fighting for a cause that is not necessarily known to them. Well, the first time I saw on a gravestone someone my age, it was a bit shocking because if I was a boy 100 years ago, I don't think I would be prepared to sign up, and it must have been such a challenge to do all those tasks at such a young age when you're not necessarily physically mature or mentally mature.
His head raised above the water.
His head's gone, blown right off his shoulders. I can't see. I'm hit.
Help me, help me, help me!
Move forward, don't stop. Keep going, don't stop, just get onto the beach.
a letter from our chairman to the head teacher of the upper school to say thank you for your time.
To bring together young people from England and Turkey, understanding the lessons to be learned from Gallipoli.
Off! Off!